Obviously, last week we talked about WrestleMania. We previewed it. We were excited about it.
Yeah.
And WrestleMania 40 has come and gone.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a new, not and still, and new WWE Universal Champion,
Yep.
Cody Rhodes.
American Nightmare.
The American Nightmare.
Cody Rhodes.
Tone, you watched all of
I
WrestleMania
did.
40.
I watched both
I came
days.
over. I got to check
you
out
actually left the house. That was neat.
I got out of my house. I came over. I watched the big tag team match on Saturday, and then I watched the championship match Monday morning. But I want to get your thoughts, dude. Overall, WrestleMania 40. Your thoughts?
There's been a lot of folks out there, whether you're a super WWE fan, whether you're just a pro wrestling fan, all of it. A lot of people out there that that's one's for Drastin.
Fuck Drastin. Give me that beer.
You're good.
Give me that beer.
No, you've had 4.
When's he coming home?
You got to go to bed.
When's he coming home?
You got to go to bed. I already told him I was giving him one.
I'll buy him another one. Give me that beer.
Anyways.
God damn it.
You're cut off. You got to go to bed. And plus, you might have to drive to get some Taco Bell or something. Oh, you got pizza.
I got pizza upstairs, bitch.
So the debate out there right now is this the best WrestleMania of all time? Is this one of the best pay-per-views of all time? I think it's a mix of a lot of those things. I think definitely it's one of the best WWE pay-per-views, period, in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's definitely one of the best WrestleManias in a long time. It was an amazing 2 days of just great storytelling, fun wrestling. We've seen some title changes that were huge as well, too. Bayley beat Io Sky. Damian Priest cashed in after Drew McIntyre beat Seth Rollins.
Yes.
Cashed that Money in the Bank suitcase, which was fucking gnarly as hell because he was distracted with Toxic Phil talking back and forth some junk. So that was cool to see that come around. I can't wait to see more how that plays out as well, too. But, there was just some really great moments. Honestly, I've even seen people say, like, quizzically, like, I don't understand why they need 2 days for WrestleMania. Listen, it is something hard to, say, okay, why do you need 2 days of this? But the reality is that there's 2 shows they have, a Monday and a Friday. You got 2 rosters, 2 belt titles. It kind of makes sense. You kind of have to have 2 days worth of different belts and storytelling and whatever. So they don't always crisscross. It is what it is. But they did such a great job this year. They keep calling it the Paul Levesque era, and they're doing that because they want to distance away from the Vince McMahon era.
Sure.
I get it. And you can already tell and feel and have been able to for the last couple of years as he's been getting more and more control, and especially now.
Yep.
It just felt different, and it feels different going forward. And Cody finally finishing that story, now continuing the story. It was a great match. We've both agreed that we wanted to see a little more at the end. We got some really fun turns and surprises.
Yeah.
We saw Cena run out to help. We saw then Seth Rollins come in as Shield to distract him. And then Rock comes out, and then you hear the fucking Undertaker belto, and he turns around. The Rock's like, "Oh shit, it's the fucking Undertaker," and he choke slams him, and then Cody, 3 crossroads and you get the 3 count pinfall. So, I think a lot of people thought we might see some legends come through like that. Undertaker, I think, was a surprise. I know a lot of people wanted to see Stone Cold. Makes more sense canonically because him and The Rock. But I think at the end of the day, it still does what it needed to do. And, it's great to see Cody work so hard, leave the company, come back after doing all kinds of things, including help starting a competitor.
Yeah.
And now be able to sit at the top of the mountain now. So, man, it was an awesome 2 days of wrestling. And as much as I love a lot of the other promotions, AEW included, which we missed tonight, some big shit.
Yeah.
If anybody out there, I don't know if they showed the CM Punk footage from the Brawl Out or whatever, but I got to watch that tomorrow. But man, for what it's worth, WWE has definitely turned it around. And with the fact that Netflix is coming next year, they're teetering very lightly, as we talked about, which feels like a more mature attitude era. I gotta wonder if we're gonna see this continue to usher in and then get to Netflix and be a whole new thing.
Yeah, no, I agree with what you said about the match. Like I said, I came over to your place. It was you, Josh, and I. We were hanging out watching the tag team match on Saturday night. I thought that was super entertaining. It was super fun. Kind of played out how we kind of anticipated because, the final match on Sunday had to be Bloodline rules. It just left things easier. I don't want to say it was easier, but it allowed them to be very more open about how they were going to approach it.
Oh, yeah.
When you have no rules, no laws, it is what it is. But it was fun to watch that tag team match. But, watching the championship match, the replay of it, I agree with you 100%. I thought it was a really, really good match. And especially when the legends started coming out, when The Undertaker came out. I mean, I know everyone wanted Steve Austin, but when I heard the gong, I was just like, fuck.
Yeah.
And you got Pat McAfee losing his mind, saying, "Holy Christ, the dead man cometh." I mean, I had goosebumps when he appeared. I was like, Jesus Christ, dude. The Undertaker was like one of the last guys that I was just like
Logan Paul.
Yeah, like Logan Paul. He was losing his mind.
I was like, what?
But I do agree. Like, I wish after the Undertaker thing, I wish Reigns would have gotten one more big flurry in, like one final like push, because he basically once the Undertaker left, it was just Cody Rhodes went in there, did a couple crossroads, and put it away. I would have liked to see Reigns get one more flurry of attacks. And then, I mean, I think that would have taken it to another level. I think it would have been incredible. But I think it was a fun match. It was an awesome match. Raw on Monday night was fucking dope.
Yeah,
the opening.
Follow up. Raw after Mania is usually pretty gnarly.
I am totally in with The Rock being fucking super heel, fucking scumbag going forward with this story. There was some interesting stuff with Raw. Obviously, The Rock came out, had some words with Cody. He gave him something and said, "Don't ever break my heart again. I'll be back for our story because it's just beginning." People are speculating what could be that, what was it The Rock gave Cody? And nobody really knows. There's speculation.
There's been some
theories.
alluding. Cody kind of maybe a watch. I mean, Cody already talked about the watch in the media scrum that he got, that Bruce Pritchard and Triple H hunted down the exact watch that Dusty Rhodes pawned, so Cody go to acting school.
Right.
So there's another watch potentially that it is. I think it's one of the floral beads that the tribal chief wears. He handed it to him because a watch is pretty large unless it was just the face.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I don't know. Like, it's all, speculation for sure, but man, yeah, it was a good way to kind of like, Rock's got to go film a movie, but he's going to be back. Like, he clearly is kind of invested again back in the wrestling, and I kind of got to wonder if this lead up and him being able to do what he's done, I wonder if it's reignited some of that passion for him, because you can kind of see like he was
eating it up, dude.
Yeah, he was full in. So.
I mean, he was giving Philadelphia the business during a Raw, and it was fucking like the way he was just he was loving it. So it was good to see him out there again. But like, I'm gonna go back to what Half-Ass said. He goes, it was something to watch to make you fall back in love with it again. And like, look, man, like, other than watching Rohit and Jake something and keeping up with them and following their careers, I haven't been really into professional wrestling in quite some time. And with this WrestleMania, being able to watch those matches, it reminded me why I loved it as a kid. It was just so fun. The spectacle, the matches, having those legends out there, everybody just going all out with their matches. I had a lot of fun with it, and it piqued my interest again. Like, I was just like telling my kids, I was like, "Hey, man,
you should start making.
We're gonna start watching this shit. We're gonna start watching Raw. We're gonna start watching."
They're good ages for this.
I just, it was, man. It reinvigorated my interest. It got me excited. It was fun to watch, and I'm gonna be curious to see if Cody Rhodes is capable of maintaining this title and being the face of WWE going, because Roman Reigns did it for 9 years.
Yeah, I mean, begrudgingly for a good portion of that, but I mean, doing the tribal chief stuff and the bloodline stuff for the last X amount of time has been, huge for him, whether you love or hate it. But
once they see Jade, the boys will never be the same.
right, exactly. But the chase is always the most exciting part about that. And sometimes you get to the top, it can get stale real fast. That's one of the kind of the curses of getting the gold. But I think it's in good hands with somebody. We haven't had a good top entertaining babyface, somebody that really cares about the industry with a little bit of old school because of where he comes from in a while. I think it's going to be good for him. I think they need somebody to pass, because they haven't had anybody since Cena, and Cena still does a lot of Make-A-Wish stuff, but this is a good person to hand it over to, because he wants to be here.
Other than those two matches, the tag team, was there any other match that stood out to you that you were just like, holy shit, that was awesome?
I mean, honestly, Seth and Drew McIntyre tore it down. They're great wrestlers.
Seth had a rough weekend.
Yeah, he did. Rhea and Becky put on a great match. I love, of course, Rhea, but Bailey and Io put on a great match as well too. The AJ and LA Knight was awesome. I mean,
How's the
Kevin,
trio threat?
that was awesome and fun because Kevin Owens and Randy, they've been doing this for so long, and Kevin is such a big clown.
Yeah.
Like he part of what makes him appealing is he's just kind of a smart ass and he's funny about it.
Yeah.
And he's very quick witted. And so him and Randy were doing some bits while fighting Logan Paul, even though he retained. It was actually pretty entertaining. So
that's good. So overall, you were pretty happy with it. A pretty good.
yeah,
WrestleMania?
yeah. I definitely I enjoyed last year's, but this year was like pretty next level for sure.
That's fucking awesome. That's good to hear. Let us know your thoughts on WrestleMania 40. What were some of the standout matches for you? What were the highlights? And where do you think Cody Rhodes is capable of carrying this torch and keeping? Or are you concerned with it getting stale? Like Tom mentioned, sometimes the chase is where it's at. But once you get to the top and you're up there, I mean, do you think Cody Rhodes has the ability to be that face for the WWE for the next 8 years like Roman Reigns did? Remains to be seen, but let us know in the comments